I have been excited to record this one. It has been a lot in the making, but we are finally here. Get ready to learn how to start a show or guest on a show. My name is Vincent A. Lancy, and this is That Entrepreneur Show. I hope everyone is doing great. Gonna finish the year strong. I believe in you. Getting ready for Thanksgiving, the holiday season. Of course, I couldn't go through this without having a quick mental health tip. Remember to take care of yourself during this busy time of year with the added stress. Take walks, spend time in nature, exercise, focus on eating a little bit better than the day before, and you'll be feeling great. But for today, we are going to dive into some stuff that has been years in the making for me. I'm getting ready to come out with my course called How to Start a Podcast. That is coming on the Black Friday sales week. I'm going to hook you up. Next, on the first Monday in December, Pod O'Clock is back. My podcast teaching podcasting. And then, of course, the book, I Want to Start a Podcast. It's coming as a last-minute holiday gift. My heart and soul has gone into each of these projects, but it's going to be the ultimate toolkit no matter which route you take. I created all three because I recognize that everyone learns and perceives information differently. If you have any interest in podcasting, take it from my failures, bootstrapping alone for hundreds of episodes, having to find a way to quote-unquote perfect each part of the process. I started podcasting to share my story. I wanted to find a way to get in touch with more people, make a bigger impact. Some people may want podcasting for partnership deals or growing their brand, promoting different services they have, teaming up with a friend for a leisure and fun new hobby, or sticking to yourself, having it as a brand new hobby to kick off the new year. I hope to motivate you because without podcasting, my life would be completely different. If I didn't write a book or start a show because I didn't like the opportunities that were presented in front of me, who knows where my life would be. But now, let's get into a little more on each of the big three coming out. First, I'm going to touch on the course because it's coming out first. How to Start a Podcast. It is everything from my coaching practices, the 8-step system that I have perfected and put in place that anyone can adapt and utilize. We break it down in a course version. It's a cheaper price point than coaching, and you take it on your own 100% of the way. There's no rush, but you are going to get the same value and system that all of my coaching clients use in a fun, interactive way with a reflection after each learning module. You're going to have a lot of fun learning, and in there, you've got opportunities to get the podcast information sheet, the follow-up template as you go through and hit those points in the course. All the courses that will come out are going to be a part of the ComingAlive Podcast University from us here at ComingAlive Podcast Production. For those of you who don't know my life story, I was hit by a car while walking home one night and woke out of a coma almost a week later. Had to relearn to walk and talk, and it took me out of chasing that corner office with my finance and MBA degrees to share my story and focus on purpose-driven work. I hope that inspires you. If you've gone through some adversity, you're not alone, and there are so many people who can benefit from hearing your story. But not just in trauma, in every category. You have expertise. You have knowledge to share. Get it going in one of these three formats. You won't regret it. It's the best forms of a business card, a podcast, and a book that you never knew you needed. Inviting someone on your show from anywhere in the world, sending them a book as an introduction. But we'll get to all those benefits after we're done talking about the course. It's something I'm extremely proud of. I really wanted to create this podcast university to help people who have questions about podcasting. There's a lot of podcast production companies out there besides mine, but let me tell you how many are actually run by podcasters, not video companies or photo companies or social media companies who also do podcasting. You're going to get the value you need to succeed because I had to learn it the hard way with little to no budget. Again, this course is hands-on, covering every step of the process, real-world examples, and so much more. It combines actionable advice with a unique approach to podcasting. Again, for those of you who are 100%, I want to do it on my own, this is for you. It can tailor to different learning styles with my videos I have in each section. Again, the reflection areas, and so much more. There's a call to action or two in there too, so get ready for that. Next up is Pod O'Clock. I know a lot of my supporters, and I appreciate you for supporting me, not just then but today, know about Pod O'Clock. I never talked about this too much, but why I pulled that deal was because the company I was listing my show on, their TV channel, wasn't fulfilling their end of the deal with putting the show out in the days they promised and a few other areas. So I'm bringing it back to the front, bringing it back to basics. I'm doing it myself because it's not about any of the gains I would have gotten by working with a TV network, because I want to get it out to people who need to learn about podcasting. The rest is secondary. I won't have as big of a reach, but I will continue to work hard in my career so I can gain a bigger reach and help more people learn how to podcast. This is a lot of fun. I go through those 8 steps you get in the course week by week, but it starts with an introduction episode. And then in between those 8 episodes, those 8 steps in my system, I bring on a guest, a successful podcast host, to talk about a theme to provide maximum value to you. And of course, all their tips for the trade in getting their show off the ground. That will be every Monday for the first 10 shows. And then unlike that entrepreneur show and unlike a mental health break, there will be a break. And it will come back for the next 10. I don't know if we'll go past those 10, because it's not like those 2 shows where I want weekly guests. This is very structured to the point to make the most use of your time. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Remember, we have the guests and myself breaking down what we do best, and you'll learn everything from idea generation, whether you want to do solo or guest shows, to uploading your show, getting it out to Spotify, Apple, and the works, following up with the guests. Oh, I can't wait for you to get to those episodes. But that's the first 2 offerings I have for you, all at different price points, all for different learning strategies. I truly want to help everyone podcast because it changed my life. And that leads into my new book. I want to start a podcast. You're going to absolutely love this. It's a workbook for you to fill in and work through as you finally launch your show. Existing podcasters, you can also use this book to refine your process, hopefully learn a thing or two that you didn't know yet, and take your existing show to new levels. I'm going to encourage everyone to take a picture of yourself with the book. Let me share your support. I'll tag you in it, bring you in my network. It will be a lot of fun. But with those 3 offerings, of course, the book coming last. Truthfully, there's a formatting delay. It's out of my hands. I wanted it out for Black Friday. I'm still going to try, but I'm sorry I can't promise a delivery there, so stay tuned. But the podcast is going to be absolutely free everywhere podcasts are found. The course, we're going to have the Black Friday special. Take advantage of it. Even without the Black Friday special, it's going to be under $100. I want everyone to be able to afford to podcast. And of course, I share my vulnerable moments because I did fail every step of the way. But through doing almost 800 episodes on my series, I learned a thing or two, and I'm here to help you. I'm excited. If you're looking to start or grow your show but want some other help to do it, head to ComingAlivePodcastProduction.com. If you email the team and say you heard this episode, you could take advantage of a 20% off total discount with any package purchased from Coming Alive Podcast Production. You get our onboarding call, our weekly strategy calls, and then the full done-for-you process. I would love to connect with anyone else who heard this episode. Let's talk about podcasting. Let's pick each other's brains. And then let's, of course, have fun while we do it. Everyone, happy hump day, as many call it. And until next time, happy podcasting.